Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really pretty sunflower spike petal wreath using a brand new color scheme of deco mesh. This deco mesh was created and designed by my awesome friend Michelle Noble of A Noble Touch. Stay tuned and I'm going to show you how to make it. All right, y'all, let us get started. So first off, what you're going to need, some of this mesh. And you're probably saying, I've never seen that mesh before. I know you haven't, because it's brand new. It is so new. This color, this design, and a lot more to come was designed, devised, created by my awesome friend Michelle Noble from A Noble Touch. You have seen me do collabs with her on this channel. You may even subscribe to her channel. If you don't, I'm going to put a link down below in the description box, and also I'm going to pin a comment. Please go over to her channel and check this out. Not only did she create this mesh, she also created the method with which I cut my mesh by using a wood burner. But anyway, there's only one place that you can get this mesh. And once again, look in the description box, and I'm going to have a comment pinned where you can get it. But how pretty is that? I mean, seriously, and this could be used for summer. It could be used for fall. It is 10.5 inches wide, 10 yards long. So we have like this beautiful chocolatey brown color, and then it goes into yellow, and then orange, and then red. How pretty is that? How pretty is that? I love it. But you're going to need one roll of that mesh. You're also going to need some of this plastic canvas. This is 7 mesh plastic canvas. And as you can see on the label, I had somebody say, well, where do you get that? It's right there on the label, Joann's. You can also find it at Walmart and many other craft stores. They have a 14 mesh and a 7 mesh. You want to get the 7 mesh. You're also going to need a 10-inch wreath frame. Now, as you can see here, I have placed my wreath frame onto that plastic canvas, and I just cut out a circle. And then I attached it to the inner ring of my frame with some tiny little zip ties. Now, the zip ties that I use, I got at Walmart, and you can see just how thin they are. They will go through the holes fairly easily. So I'm going to have that sitting over there. Now, this mesh, we want to cut it into a square. And I can't find my big cutting board. But anyway, the way that I do it is, because this is 10.5 inches, you want to cut your mesh to 10.5 inches wide, okay? So I'm just going to measure it out on my mat here, lay it down on my cutting board, and then I use my wood burner here to just cut straight down. When you're cutting your mesh, you see like the little squares here? Cut in between. A lot of people have trouble with that. I can't talk. Cut in between these lines here. That is going to keep your mesh from fraying. Like I said, I wish I had my big cutting board, because I can't find it. I've been moving a lot of things around in my craft room. See, I'm just going between the lines there. I've been moving a lot of stuff around because I'm in the process of moving, and everything is kind of a mess. But anyway, you see how that gives you a nice clean edge? Now I'm just going to cut all of my pieces 10.5 inches wide, cut a bunch of them, and then come back and we're going to start putting it together. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take our zip tie, and I'm going to start not on the very edge of our mesh here, but I'm just going to go down just a square or two. And then I like to skip a square and then come over like so. And then we're going to tighten this down just a little bit. Not a whole lot, because you know you still want to be able to get your mesh down in there. And usually the ones that I use are a lot shorter than that, but hey, I had that on hand. So you take your mesh, really simple, take your mesh, hold each corner like this, and then pull it like so until it all comes together in the middle. Hold it in the middle so it kind of looks like a bow tie now, and just whoop, and you made some bunny ears. Now you're just going to stick that in there and tighten it down like so, and there's your petal. Okay, so I have trimmed off the end here. You can use scissors or wire cutters, whatever you want to use. But there is our petal. So now you're just going to do this all the way around. Just space them however you want to space them. So I'm just going to go over just a few squares. You know what? That might be too much. Amber? Just go over a few squares. And then we're going to bring this up through the back here. And just pull it up just like we did a minute ago. Tighten it down just a little bit. And get another piece of mesh. Please don't fall down. Just going to grab opposite corners here and just pull it like so. Kind of gather it in the middle, and it looks like a bow tie. Flip it up, and we got bunny ears. All right, so just put that there and tighten that down. And now we're going to do this all the way around. Don't know how many petals I'm going to make just yet. I said just space them however far apart you want them spaced. Let's pick it up and take a look here. You can see I've got like 3 or 4 squares in between the petals. But anyway, I want to work on that and I'll be back. All right, so I have these sitting over here, and I had bought this last week at Walmart. Like this little bundle. It has the red ones, and this, I think, I just ripped its little head off. So this is going to be in the center, so we don't have to come down very far to be able to cover up the edges. I'm going to drop down maybe about an inch or so, okay? So let's throw that flower over there. All right, so now we're going to drop down. I say right about there is good. And now we're just going to do the exact same thing, just putting more petals on. Now for the center, the second layer of petals, I guess I should say, the way that I do it is I put a petal here and then come down straight across from it and put a petal here. And then let's just kind of work that way. That way you can kind of space it a little bit better, so you don't just clump it all up and then run out of mesh and not have enough for over here, because it is aggravating to try to cut these off and then, you know, try to redo your petals. So that's just a way to space it a little bit better. And this is just the exact same thing that we've been doing. I just pulled the 2 ends of my square there. And just pop it up like that and make your bunny ears. Slide it in hollow. Slide it in there. And then just tighten it down and trim that off. So I'm just going to keep working my way across, and then we'll come back and attach our center. All right, friends, so I have 8 petals in the center, and let me see, 8. Do I have 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count. I promise I can count to 8. Alrighty, so now I have my sunflower here. As you can see, I just kind of snipped this little bottom off. Now, 2 different ways that you could attach this. You could use some floral wire. You see, this bottom part has a little bit of plastic in it. You could wrap some floral wire around this and have the long ends and weave it through this plastic canvas and wire it down that way. Or for me, I'm just going to use some hot glue and put it around the edge here and stick it down, and it's going to stick to the mesh. You use whichever method you want to use, but for me in my house, we shall use a glue gun that isn't properly heated up. I don't know. I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to use it anyway. Okay. Let's just flip her over. Let's see, make sure I get everything pressed down. And my cat just tried to come in. This cat is so neurotic. She's my favorite cat, but bless her heart, if she can't see me, she just, oh, she's just beside herself. She'll sit at the door and scream until I let her in. All right, so I think that is all that I'm going to do with this. You've already seen it at the beginning, but I'm going to get a good picture for y'all so that you can really see it. And there is that. But anyway, like I said earlier, look down in the description box and look down in the comments. I'm going to have some links for y'all where you can get this and where you can find Michelle. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would, please give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. I will talk to y'all next time. Bye!